Hello everybody, Peak just dropped today here in the anime community because today we got the final trailer and release date for the Sentai Daishikaku or Go-Go Loser Ranger, or as all the true fans call it, Ranger Reject anime. We got not only a new trailer but a new key visual and an actual release date today, and so much more other news going on with the Ranger Reject anime today, right? Initially today I was planning on filming the Oshinoko chapter number 140 review, but that'll happen another day because I woke up this morning and I meant to get this video filmed earlier, but it's all in the past now, right? But I initially saw it on this Twitter account here, Manga More, of course. Manga and anime news is a lot of different sort of things. Not my go-to anime sort of news source on Twitter, but definitely a good one to go to. And I saw this initial tweet from them this morning. How long ago? It was at 2:10 p.m., so not really in the morning, more of just in the afternoon. But I saw this tweet by him that says that Sentai Daishikaku or Go-Go Loser Ranger, as Kodansha has dubbed it over here in the West, which isn't an amazing name. Of course, all of these scans have called it Ranger Reject because, of course, it is based off that Super Sentai Power Rangers sort of idea, but with a little bit of a twist on it with the whole idea of, in the English title says Loser Ranger, but I think that the whole Ranger Reject name did it better. But this isn't a debate about if the scans got it right or if, what's it called, the West Kodansha tried to do it right. I mean, I understand where the Go-Go came from, as in like, hey, Go-Go Power Rangers, and then Go-Go Loser Ranger. I like the inspiration, but it's not really the best, right? But to get into the next part, it says, new anime trailer reveal, and it is a Disney Plus exclusive worldwide. I'll get into the whole Disney Plus stuff later, but that is also a really big deal because, of course, Undead Unluck just came out and it was a Disney Plus exclusive anime, and we really saw how it got broadcast over here in the West, right? But we have the air date of April 7th, 2024. This is towards the beginning of the spring season, and I'm now currently grabbing my phone to check what day of the week will be Ranger Days, because look at this. April 7th, look at that. We are going to have Ranger Sundays. I am so excited for that because, yeah, the animation studio here is Yostar Pictures. I actually don't know what they have done in the past, but I will be interested to check them out because as we'll get to here in a minute, this trailer is animated amazingly. And then into the next part, it is an original Super Sentai action manga by the Gotun no Hyone creator Negi Harba. Of course, that is the quintessential quintuplets. Of course, before this man wrote peak fiction with Go-Go Loser Ranger or Sentai Daishikaku Ranger Reject, he wrote a harem series in the form of quintessential quintuplets. I have never actually personally read quintessential quintuplets, being that I just haven't gone there yet. Of course, I think there's way better other harem anime and manga to read out there if you ever want to read it. And I've had a few friends that have read it, and they've said that it's okay. It's not great. I had a friend who I did the Nizukoi chapter or volume reviews here with on the channel. You can go check all of those down in the description down below. I'm sure I got a link to them somewhere in the whole shebang, right? But he said that Quintessential Quintuplets wasn't as good as Nizukoi was, which warms my heart because that's an amazing series in my opinion. But if I have to say, I think Ranger Reject may be a bit better, right? Let's look at this trailer for a second, or at least go through some key frames of it, right? It does look insanely good, and I'm not going to play any audio because I don't want to get copyrighted, right? But I will leave a link to these. I'll be going to 4 different Twitter pages, so I'll leave all those links in the description down below, so you can go view this trailer for your own, because I recommend you do, because it is absolutely amazing. Like, just look at this animation there. There you see the 5 Rangers going through. You see the main character there, which is Fighter D or Foot Soldier D in whatever sort of translation you read, and of course the entire army of invaders or monsters, whatever version you read. The Red Ranger there. There's a bunch of other things, but this is animated absolutely brilliantly. Let's come over to this part, right? You see Suzuki and a bunch of our important characters. That's our main character in our form. There's our main character again, a guy named Panda. But this trailer just looks absolutely amazing. Just going through this, seeing all of the ranger sort of thing. And like I said, the music playing during all of this is on point and perfect. The voice acting sounds amazing, and all of these images just look really, really so good, right? But let's go over to the next thing. This is now from Anime TV Japan. Again, they pretty much just said the same things. Like, hey, new trailer for Go-Go Loser Ranger scheduled for April 7th. And the important thing is the OP we hear here in this trailer is called a Jikai Yokuku by Tatsuya Kitani. And oh my gosh, has Tatsuya Kitani gotten so much showing in the anime opening sort of industry here recently. Of course, he did Where Our Blue Is from Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. What was the Japanese name? Aonu Sumika? Something like that. And he also did the Bleach opening Scar, if I'm not mistaken, for the first core of the Thousand Year Blood War. And he has just been around doing so many different openings here recently for a lot of popular series. And that's the thing here, is that Tatsuya Kitani has worked on a lot of popular series. Jujutsu Kaisen, Bleach, and just so many others that makes it seem like, of course, here, what was the studio? Studio Yostar Pictures is putting a lot of work into making sure that Ranger Reject will become a massive series whenever it comes out. Because I don't have the sales data to put up for this series, but this series really hasn't been doing very well in Japanese sales at all. I think it's lucky to get like 100,000 of volume, which is really criminal comparing to how good this series is. I actually currently have all 8 volumes sitting beside me here as I record this video. Volumes all 1 through 8 as they're released in English under the Go-Go Loser Ranger name. And a fun Gold Plasma 231 anecdote here. I actually had a whole video I filmed on Ranger Reject a while ago, pretty much after I read Volume 6. I was like, this series, like Volume 6 was a turning point to make this series like, alright, this is probably one of the best things I've ever read. And I sort of did a video just going through all my thoughts as soon as I read it, but I never ended up publishing it just because it was a little too ranty in my opinion, and it wasn't quite, I think, a good explanation of what exactly happened in the series. So I never put it up, but there was going to be a Ranger Reject video on the channel at some point. And I will say it now, as soon as this series comes out, I will do weekly anime reviews of it just because this series will be worth it that incredibly much, right? But to get the whole point, this series does not sell well in Japan, and hopefully this anime will show the general masses how good this series is, because I don't know how else to phrase it, but you need to go read this. I will say the first part of the series isn't the strongest. I'd say from about volumes 1 going in 3, you sort of may be questioning, like, I can tell that there's good aspects to a series here, but they're not quite realized yet. But by the time you get into volumes 5 and 6, you will understand why this series is so good. And then the rest of it is just like peak fiction going on from there, right? I don't really think there's too much more I can say on that, but most of that probably will be covered in the first season of the anime. I can definitely see it getting to the end of volume 6 and then sort of cutting it off, unless this will be a 12 episode core, which I really don't think they should do. If anything, it should be more of a double core with probably 23 episodes, if I'm not mistaken. That was my initial prediction right now, but that's probably what this anime is going to hold in stock. And then have everything from volume 7, 8, and onward for second and third seasons and so on from there, right? Let's get to this whole Disney Plus thing I was talking about earlier. So, of course, we know that Disney Plus has been grabbing up a lot of different anime. Of course, I think one of the first ones was Summertime Rendering, and they grabbed that. They also grabbed Bleach, if I'm not mistaken, its Thousand Year Blood War arc to air that on. They also grabbed, of course, Heavenly Delusion from last year. What is it called? Tamyako Damakyo, or however you say that in Japanese, and they did that and put it out there online, and that was another great and amazing series. and of course Undead Unluck, which they've been doing now. Of course, over here in the West, they really haven't been promoting all of these Disney Plus series well. But from what I know, everything that Disney Plus has sort of put out on their service anime-wise, of course, and then they also grabbed Tokyo Revengers. And no matter what you think of like the second and third seasons of Tokyo Revengers, I think that it's at least good enough to go in with this statement of I think everything that Disney Plus has put out anime-wise has been extreme quality, and now putting Go-Go Loser Ranger or Ranger Reject into that pile, it just makes me really happy to see that, yeah, I think Summertime Rendering is awesome. I think Heavenly Delusion is awesome. And Bleach is also awesome. And Undead Unluck is another peak fiction series from Shonen Jump. So to add Go-Go Loser Ranger into this pile makes me really think that, yes, this series will be mega successful as it goes through. And yeah, it will just be completely awesome. Oh man, I really love this image here. Let's go back to it. Maybe not, if I can't scroll correctly. Oh, where are we? Oh, technical issues, it's fine, right? But going back to Manga Moray on Twitter, they did a little bit of more of a tweet saying, yeah, Sentai Daishikaku Go Ranger, new anime main visual, Disney Plus exclusive worldwide, of course, April 7th. I can't wait for those Ranger Sundays. It is going to be so awesome. And yeah, a little bit of a synopsis here about a Super Sentai-like squad enslaving a bunch of semi-immortal monsters to act as invading threats week after week to make the Sentai squad look good and important from their fans. But one monster has enough charade and decides to destroy the Super Sentai from within. I think I should also read you back of the actual Kodansha print physical volumes at this point. It pretty much says that when the Divine Monster Army invaded Earth 13 years ago, the Divine Dragon Rangers rose up to stop them. With the war raging on, these great heroes are mankind's last hope. Or are they? In truth, the invaders were subjugated within a year, forced to continue and crank out a Monster of the Week for the Rangers to crush from their adoring fans, but one monster has had enough. Something has to change. He will rebel against the might of the Dragon Rangers and destroy them all from the inside. And just looking down here, this is an amazing key visual here. Let's get it more in a big context, right? Yeah, just look at that. Of course, in the middle here, that is our main character, Fighter or Foot Soldier D. Of course, you see the Red Ranger there in the background, and of course, to the supporting characters, Hibiki and Yumeriki in the background, and also below, you see most of the important people for the first arc of the White Dragon's Nest arc, and then going forward from there. This is just a really awesome key visual, and I think it really shows what Ranger Reject is all about. And finally here, just another tweet by, of course, Manga Alerts and Restocks, another great account that pretty much gives everything you need to know about anything of anime manga. It's pretty much going through it again, like, hey, Go-Go Loser Ranger, new preview trailer scheduled to broadcast April 7th, and Disney will exclusively stream the series worldwide. I think this has been enough about a little bit of a talk of, yes, just wait for Sentai Daishikaku to come out. This will be an amazing series, and definitely keep it on your radar, because I can guarantee you right now, no matter what else comes out, this will be the best anime of the spring season of 2024. I just can't wait for this series anymore, and I'm so ready for it to get an anime, and hopefully it'll blow up like Shangri-La Frontier has, another manga from Kodansha, to just show the world how good this series is. And with that, I really don't have too much else to say. I've been Gold Plasma 201. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. We just hit 100 subscribers, so that's a really awesome thing to note, and I'm super excited. I'll have a video sort of detailing like an update video soon, but that's the point. If you have anything you want to say about like how good Ranger Reject is going to be, put it down in the description down below, because we all know how great this series is, and we can't wait for it to have an anime. And with that, I don't have too much else to say. Just keep the Ranger Sundays on your list, and yeah, this will be Gold Plasma 231, signing out.